Hello guys, this is Raven again. This is going to be my episode on Vaping 101. Basically, what is vaping and what's all the fuss about vaping and how did I start vaping and everything. I wanted to do this video because I wanted to cover uh, the subject of vaping from the perspective of a newbie. I recently started vaping. Before that, I was a very heavy smoker. Ever since junior high, I have been smoking. Yeah, seriously, I have been a very heavy smoker, but thanks to vaping, I am no longer smoking. I haven't been smoking for a month, over a month, a little over a month. So yeah, let's discuss vaping from the perspective of a newbie. The device that first got me off cigarettes is not this one, but is rather stored in this packaging. Let me show you. Yeah, this thing. This is basically referred to as an e-pen or e-cig pen, something like that. Uh, yeah, it's from a company called Ego and Ego T. Uh, It's basically the lower half of the device. It had a tank and a drip head. What's it called? The thing you draw the vape out of. So I lost that. It isn't meant to last you long enough, but I bought this as an experiment to see whether I could go on without smoking. And when I found out that I could get my nicotine fix off of this, then I went for more expensive devices. So then what I found out was there are two types of devices. One is the e-cig kind, which is this device represents an e-cigarette or e-cig, and vapes, which is represented by this device over here, the Kanger Tech Subbox Mini Black Edition, and this thing is the Ego AIO. So what's the difference? I I didn't know that whether should I go for an e-cigarette or a vaping device. At the time I didn't know, but recently I found it out, and I found it out from experience. I didn't do much googling, so I'll just say what I think e-cigarettes and vaping devices represent. Well, e-cigarettes simulate a mouth to lung hit the way a smoker smokes a cigarette. I mean, you draw the smoke out of the device and store it in your mouth for a brief period, and then you inhale it further deep down in your lungs. That's a mouth to lung hit, and e-cigarettes simulate that sort of nicotine hit. Okay, and the vaping devices are I mean, they simulate a scenario where you just draw the vapor directly in your lung. I mean, both devices are producing vapors, glycerin vapors to be more specific. I'm not gonna go into the science, I'm sure you already know. So yeah, both devices produce vapors of glycerin, but in case of the vaping devices, you just draw the vapor directly in your lung. So it's mouth to lung hit. I mean, no, it is direct to lung hit, and this device simulates a scenario where it's a mouth to lung hit, how a smoker is supposed to smoke a cigarette. Okay, so since I was a smoker, I went for this device, and it served me well. It's okay. I mean, you could look up reviews for these devices all over YouTube. Yeah, and I recently bought this one. In fact, I bought this device today. Well, I'm not gonna pretend that I haven't unboxed it. I actually have, but then I put everything back in. I even charged the device. So this is how the device looks. This is, I think, what we would refer to as a box mod or sub box mod, as the name says there. Yeah. Everything that you see inside the box comes with it except for the liquid, which I will touch upon later. It's the tank, it came with it, it's the mod, it's the device, and then we have tinkering tool. I mean, with this tool you could build your own fuse, I guess. Some instruction manuals. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into these, but I will touch on these. This is called the RBA, or rebuildable something, I'm still not sure, but which basically means there's a fuse, this one. You can rebuild this fuse. I mean, you can use this fuse. I'm not really sure about rebuilding as of yet. I'm just starting out vaping, as I said. So yeah, basically the idea is that you can modify and build this fuse several times before you have to throw it out. And it comes with another regular coil, and there's also one coil pre-installed into the tank already. That one. Yeah, I'm sure you can see it. I'll try to focus. Yeah, there are also ohms and wattage and etc. I'm not gonna go into the details of that. Okay, so what else? Nothing else, I guess. Now it's time for me to just demonstrate how the device works. Oh, one more thing I'd like to touch upon. This is what a typical low-end vaping juice looks like. I didn't want to break my bank while buying these, so yeah, I went cheap. This is another example. One more thing to note is that this 3 milligrams or mg, this represents the amount of nicotine. I'm not sure per hit or per entire bottle. I really have no idea what that means. And in case of this one, it says 6 milligrams, so there you go. This one is a bit expensive. Comes in a 4 milk carton. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Yeah, this one. I basically have this one in the tank right now sitting. Now I'm gonna give it a go, but first I need to assemble the tank. One more thing, this mod doesn't come with an internal battery as opposed to this mod. Give me a sec, I'll grab that one. It's actually charging right now. Yeah, so I bought the black one. It is basically an e-cigarette as opposed to vaping. It's supposed to emulate a mouth to lung hit, and it does that pretty well, I must admit. And if you're willing to quit smoking, then this is the go-to device for you rather than this one. I'll give it a whirl and let you, I mean, you won't be able to see me, but you'll see the clouds. But it doesn't generate as much cloud as a vaping device would. I'll just give it a go regardless. Oh boy, the camera isn't even catching that. There you go. Yeah, that was me vaping on Ego AIO. Okay, I'll drop it there. I'll assemble this device. So this is how it looks assembled and ready to use. It has a display screen that shows you the wattage and other readings, the resistance of the tank, the coil in the tank. I'll give it a whirl. Yeah, it generates a much thicker cloud, and the flavor is very good in it. In it, the tank produces a much better tasting vapor. I have to say that. And I am vaping at 27 watts. I will up the wattage to 50, its maximum capacity, and see how it tastes. And I have never vaped at this high wattage ever. Yeah, that was a tiny, very tiny hit, but it did generate a lot of vapor, and the vapor was much warmer. I think I'm not cut out for high wattage vaping. I'll stick to around 25. Yeah, I believe the Ego AIO operated around that wattage mark as well. 25, 18 to 25 if I'm not mistaken. So for now I'll stick to that wattage. Yeah, okay. And this is right now set for, there are I'm still learning the functions of these keys, but you cannot do anything other than adjust the wattage for this particular mod. But you can get mods where you can actually vape by controlling the temperatures, and there are far more advanced things. This is basically a starter kit, and I am a starter, so yeah, the mod looks neat. Okay, let's talk about the battery a bit. It doesn't come with a battery. I had to buy one, and I bought the one that the vendor said would be good for this mod particularly. The thing was, wait, this is the battery I got. I am colorblind, but I even I can see that it doesn't go match with the accent of this mod, which is red and black, and this is brown, I believe. But the awesome thing is, regardless which color battery you choose or you go with, they provide you with these red strips. So the venting holes, when lined up properly, will actually display this red strip rather than the actual color of the batteries. So aesthetically, that may be something. If you're into that, then there you go. You won't have to bother with it. You won't have to go looking for a red battery. So that's awesome. What else? That's all basically I know about vaping for now. And as I learn more, I'll try to keep you guys posted. So, yeah, bye.